so that sometimes you don't have all the time to be teaching. But when you walk into ancient temples and architecture, elements of this nature could actually be put into structure, so that you, instead of teaching it, you can actually experience it in buildings, whether they're in terms of pillars or they're stones or they're walls or frames or whatever. You know, I hope you can hear what I'm saying. Then it would actually convert some of these principles into. But the question is, now I started running these videos and do some few talk shows, and I started on this path as early as 2010, 2011. So I was given a head start almost 10 years before COVID to start putting my mind into the frames, which you find. Most of these things you find now written. I had the inspiration then. I was questioning things from the church space and lots of questions, and my mind never sleeps. I need to switch off some plugs to make it rest. Then you begin to have these comments when the church chased me away from us. And they told me I'm no longer welcome in their pulpits. That's the story for another day. And then I started running these videos. COVID gave me the bridge. All of a sudden, people are locked up at home. The churches have been declared as non-essentials, and people are in masks. People can't talk to each other. People can't sit with each other. And something very funny happened during COVID when they were telling us protective clothing and whatever. But in a humorous way, of course. I think you can pick up. I've got quite a wicked sense of humor in my own right. If you find me on a nice day, I could crack your ribs, but let's do some business. Then I asked myself, okay, after putting all these masks, now what do I do to my wife? So do I now need a jumpsuit? Do I now need a swimmer suit or this diver suit or something? And I'm being sarcastic. But honestly, I'm saying, no, where does this stop? Right. You know, now I can't shake her hand. Now I can't sit with her. We've come from the same bed. But when you're in church, you know, you don't sit next to each other. You must be so many meters away. So I said, this is sick. Why not just make us families, you know, family so and so sit there, family so and so sit. We're already infected for whatever reason it is. If she's sick, I'm sick. If she, then kids are, we're in the same car. It didn't make sense to me. So the indigenous medicines and organic, our grandmothers, how would they used to do things, you know? They would steam, they would disinfect, they would, my mind started galloping. So when I started running some of those seminars on indigenous medicines and herbs, that's where it was coming from. Fast forward, then you get comments like, you Pan-Africanists are always talking. You're backing, you're making lots of noise. And there's no difference. From Kwame Nkrumah, Julius Nyerere, Kenneth Kaunda, Robert Mugabe, Sobukwe, Mandela, Lumumba, Sankara, you know, Shamora Machel, just waffling and talking and nothing is changing. It hit me hard. That's when I got, around 2012, that's when I got the architecture of the colonial structures. When we say we're getting into politics, what is it exactly that we want to change? When we say we want to transform the society, what is it exactly that we are transforming? Then I was given these 7 pillars of how the colonial structure is formulated. But then something much deeper happened. When I got this structure in my hand, the question was, so how do you go about it to implement it? The Maponga, we want action. We want to see transformation. And what I heard when they said that, they were saying, we want you to go to war. We want you to take guns. We want you to walk up to governments and start shooting. Then I said, even if I pick up a gun, which I am, then I was still much younger and much healthier, I even enrolled to go for the army for training. One of my brothers who is a colonel in the army said, take me for training. I'm ready to take up the gun. But something in my spirit says, when you take the gun and you go and fight, and you push whoever out of power, and you're in power, what are you going to do? Right. When I discovered that until we transform, my elder's gone, until the software of the people that are in power is transformed, you'll be swapping hyenas with foxes and wondering why the sheep are always disappearing. Because they all eat meat. Hyenas cannot discuss the health of the sheep. The sheep or the sheep. You can't. They basically have sheep as their diet. Then I decided, no. We are getting this whole thing wrong. Changing politicians without changing the mindset of the politician will not change the system. I said that categorically clear. Because all our liberation heroes went to war to fight to liberate the people. But right now, all the liberation leaders are the oppressors of the people. Right. Sitting in the same chair, running the same legislative framework, running the same health system, running the same educational system, and we wonder why Africa is not changing when power is in our hands, because they don't even know what is it that needs to be changed. In some certain countries like South Africa, in the Ministry of Health, and even in the Constitution, indigenous medicines are still classified as witchcraft act. Witchcraft. Witchcraft that our mothers knew how to do birth control is witchcraft. That we knew how to steam is witchcraft. That we knew which herb could heal what, that's witchcraft. Tens of thousands of years are thrown in the dustbin, simply because of the policy in the government that says you cannot integrate indigenous medicines with mainstream. And all of them. Raila Odinga died a few days ago in India. Doing what? Getting medical attention. When he got there, what did they ask him? You want Western music or you want alternative medicine? China, same thing. You want indigenous medicines or you want alternative medicines or you want Western medicines? Africa, we have the biggest flora, biggest vegetation. Put all the world together. Africa hosts the pharmaceutical company of the world in terms of the bush. Yet that bush is called witchcraft. Tens of thousands of years of research where our mothers knew that aloe can treat skin problems and can also clean the gut. This one can clean up your eyes. You know, there's something they call matamba, the fresh one, the raw one. Take a bit of that juice, put it in a white cloth, squeeze it in, put it in. How do we know that? We also use the same for cleaning up when our cattle have been poked and we're cleaning up the eyes. Heals this, the wounds of the cows. You get the chimney, the smoke from the chimney there. All the trees and wood have been burning, and all that smoke catches into the grass. You heat that grass down, and then you pound that into powder, put a little bit of salt there. Your cattle is sick or whatever, you put that thing there and bandage it up. It heals. When you're castrating them, you fill up the balls with that thing and stitch them up. The thing heals. And I mean, 1,000 things that we know, and we know them natural. When you're hurt, when you're sick, when you're bitten by a snake, and all that is witchcraft. And it has kept us here. For us, for the white men to find us as Africans, dancing under the trees with mosquitoes and tsetse flies and snake bites in the whole bush, and you find a nation full of strong people. No vaccination, nothing. Go to the bush when the child has been born, 3-4 months old. Go to the river, go and collect the mud there from the side of the river. You know that clay that is slimy. Put it in the dish. Go to the kettle crop, put some cow dung, put it here, pick up some chicken shit, put it in here, take some leaves, put them in here, put some everything in the bush, put it in there, mix that thing up and some leaves. Take a nice fresh little baby, throw them into that slime there. And then all these bacteria and things start crawling into the child, and they'll be sneezing and getting a bit feverish for the next few days. And after that, they're gone. Then next time they're going to a village, grandmama said, touch the soil and put it under your tongue. That child can drink water from that river, eat those chickens, drink the milk from the cow, including the cow dung. We knew how to vaccinate our children. Way before this poking of hepatitis and whatnot. These are natural methods, and all that is witchcraft. And I said, no, we needed to start putting some software into the 7 pillars, so that those of you who are moving into governance, we need to restore the way we govern ourselves. Those who are moving into agriculture, we need to move back into our small seeds. That gave us help. Those who are moving into education, we need to know the curriculums that we need to start transforming. Those who are going to business, we need to start doing business like business. You're not just doing business as of transactional, the ethics and morality of that business. Those who are going into entertainment, I can't believe there are games we play in Africa which are much more basics to computer programming. Base 2 stones, 2. Rows here, rows over there, take 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus a highly mathematical formula game. You throw away that for a tennis and soccer, you know, useless little games. I mean, look at games of balance, how girls would learn how to jump from one hole from one square to another square, one leg in the air and etc. Pada, you do like the balancing up of 2 stones in the air, 3 on the ground, grab the 2 that are there, plus 3 that are in the air, put 1 in the left, and etc. And you cannot see mathematics and all that. No. Yeah, leader. And you work around and say the best game now is to walk around a stick. eating some chips with a joystick, and you find all these kitchen potatoes, the couch potatoes, or children are already having high blood pressure before they get the age of 11. Can't even walk, they can't even climb a tree, they can't even do anything. And we say this is civilization. No, man. I said, no, man. We needed a transformation in terms of our sports, health and technology, and ultimately even our spirituality. This whole thing of churches and churches. And I was saying that, I said, damn you, man. If Jesus is such a good idea, has a Christian become a better person because of Christianity? Right now in Zimbabwe and South Africa alone, our percentage of divorce rate is sitting at 70%.
Wow.
Me, myself, I've gone through divorces already. All of them Christian done. But as I started taking my journey, wife says, let's pray. I said, no, I can't pray anymore. Says in Jesus' mighty name, I said, go and tell him I'm waiting for him. Bring him to my house. You know what I'm saying? For peace sake, stay over there, I'm staying over here. I'm still trying to get some stuff together. When I'm okay, I'll come and talk to you. So you notice that, no, man, this whole concept, we have so much been driven into this dead-end corner. And some of our friends just feel we've gone too far. We can't turn back now. Come to the conclusion. Then they say, Maponga, but no, man. We've gone too far. It's too late. Are you saying we must put on skins again? Are you saying we must build mud houses again? Are you saying we must eat shrubs again? I said, in some certain cases, yes. In some certain cases, no. Ask me why I say that. Learn the technologies of the past. Bring them to the laboratory. Create new products. And then champion into the future. Architecture, for example. Can I ask you as a class, what is the use of a corner in a house? A corner.
A support structure?
No man, talk to me nicely. A corner in the house, as opposed to a roundabout. What is the use of a corner?
It's useless.
Don't say support as if a round house.
It's useless.
It's still standing. A corner. What is the use of a corner? A corner. What's the use of a corner in a house? Is there something special that goes into the corner?
Dos.
You know better what I'm saying? I'm saying let's go back to our roundabout. Can we not build new skyscrapers? Can we not build new housing technologies as opposed to the squares of the West? Can we not do the circles of Africa and create new technologies? I'm coming to you particularly as an architect. That's frankly, you say in all my designs, no more squares, no more straight lines. I will work with circles. Why? Because of the aesthetics, the acoustics, the heat distribution, and the universal trees around. You know what I'm saying? Moons and suns around, and squares. The cosmology of our construction as it moves into where we are living, our eyes around. So why are we fitting into squares when actually the round concept is actually what is more compatible with nature that is around us? A square house would fall, a round house would stand. Why? The wind negotiates its way around the buildings. Is this not technology for Middle East, when for India, where they're always struggling with monsoons and hurricanes, and then they put square walls? Boom! The wind gets there, pushes the wall across. Put it around, young lady. When the wind gets there, it negotiates its way around. That's why trees remain standing when your skyscrapers are falling. How do we fail to go into the technologies of the past, harvest them, indigenize them, create contemporary buildings? I won't mind.
Thank you, Africa, Mama Africa. Oh, yeah. You make African great. Thank you, Africa. Thank you, Africa.